And the deadline to register is coming up soon. So, and if you are genuinely interested in joining the work team for the all-expenses-paid missions trip to Honolulu, Hawaii, register online soon, because the deadline's coming up as soon as possible. Hashtag Sunday Dreams. I'm Pastor Hared Jenry. You dream about that. Oh, hey, am I late for the pastor appreciation today? Sorry about that. Wow, what a good crowd. And man, when I get a crowd like this, it's hard for me not to preach. So I know it's Pastor Jared or Pastor Hared or Pastor Jared Jr., you know who I'm talking about. It's his Sunday to preach, but if you don't mind, do you mind if I preach? All right. That works out well. I've been studying recently, and I have had a mini sermon series that's been on my mind. And actually, I've already sent the preliminary slides to Josh. So Josh, if you could go ahead and get those put up, that'd be great. I appreciate that. So my sermon series is called Major Prophets. Major Prophets. Okay. And there's 3 points from my first sermon because, well, the truth of the matter is 3 points in a sermon are just absolutely necessary. And my first point is, go ahead, Josh. That's the wrong slide. Sorry about that. Let me check here. Here's what it says. Isaiah 55, 1-2. Hey there, all who are thirsty, come to the water. Are you penniless? Come anyway, buy and eat. Come buy your drinks, buy wine and milk, buy without money. Everything's free. Why do you spend your money on junk food, your hard-earned cash on cotton candy? Listen to me, listen well. Eat only the best. Fill yourself with the finest. Capital. Let's talk about capital. Money on hand. This Bible verse says you don't need money to buy food. Doesn't that sound like crazy talk? Everything's free. Cotton candy. Everything's free? Doesn't make any sense. Yes, capital. Josh, that's the wrong capital, but preliminary slides, remember. But that makes me think of Washington, D.C., our capital, leading the nation, a nation where every vote matters as long as you live in a select few counties in the United States. Oh, and now you don't like my jokes. Okay. Isn't that interesting? Interesting. Interest. Oh, yeah. My second point. That's right. Moving on to my second point. Interest. Leviticus 25, 36-37. If one of your brothers becomes indigent and cannot support himself, help him, the same as you would a foreigner or a guest so they can live in your neighborhood. Don't gouge him with interest charges. Interest. Yes. The truth of the matter is, this was the Old Testament days, and the year of Jubilee was to be determined. Well, today is not that day. Am I right? Josh, that's the wrong slide. My bad. But that reminds me, there was a year of Jubilee, and that year was 2012, when my favorite team, the Kentucky Wildcats, won. Woo! Man, I miss Calipari already. He's a Razorback now. A hog, a pig. The demons begged Jesus, send us to the pigs so we can live in them. What a weird truth. Anyway, Josh, I must have given you the wrong slides. Anyway, pickleball, though, yeah, that's one of my interests for sure. I love pickleball. It's awesome. And see, look at that stat. It isn't just for old people. Where was I at anyway? Oh yeah, I was at my third point, inheritance. Ezekiel 7:19 says, they throw their money into the gutters. Their hard-earned cash stinks like garbage. They find that it won't buy a thing they either want or need on Judgment Day. They tripped on money and fell into sin. Trip on money and fall into sin? You mean, Pastor, I can trip on money and fall into sin? You're telling me I can trip on money and fall into sin? Well, the truth of the matter is that's what it says. That's why I don't plan on leaving an inheritance for my kids, other than an old car for my son, which runs fine to this day. I'm no mechanic, as you can tell when you shake my hand every Sunday morning. There's not a callus on my hand or grease or oil hasn't hit this hand in, well, probably ever. Well, Josh, who gave you this slideshow? Who made this PowerPoint? Jacob? Jana? Obviously, I don't have my ducks in a row. So today I'm going to wrap it up and let you preach. JJ? Anyway, I hope this short sermon on major prophets has been helpful. And once I get this sermon series cleaned up and finished, maybe I can start, January 2025 and finish around Easter. What do you say?